One of the worst things about depression is as soon as you feel like you're getting better, your mood starts shifting into something else. You start stressing out about different things. And the thing that was once stressing you out and started your depression completely changes throughout it. It's like the storm you're going through gets triggered by one thing. Something small, something big. It just gets triggered, but then it spirals out of control. And then your depression, it's not what it was caused by, but it's what it's becoming. Going through depression, everything negative just gets enhanced so much more in your life. And right now, it's really hard. It's really hard, especially for me, is because I've never gone through it like this before. For me, I like to compare the situation, like my life or whatever situation I'm in, to either something from the past, something from a movie, something from a book, something from other people. It's a weird quirk I have, and I think it might be related to some medical condition that I may have. Because, like, a little side note, we're gonna sidetrack for a second. I've always thought my brain worked differently. Like, I've always thought my head just, like, was wired differently than other people. And now that I'm going through, like, this storm, I've realized that it's true. That my mind does work differently. Like, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. I've talked to my therapist about it, and the things I'm going through is exactly what someone with untreated ADHD depression would go through. I'm feeling those exact same feelings. Honestly, life right now is just really, really hard. It's like every time I feel a sense of peace, something goes wrong and everything just overwhelms you. The moment you've tried everything you possibly can to think better, to feel better, and then you realize there really is nothing you can do because it's just chemicals in your brain, is when it really hurts. It feels like nothing is in your control anymore. You can't control it. And whatever situation you're in, it's always different for every single person. So if you're trying to find motivation online or like anywhere, it's always going to be different. You might be like searching up, motivation for a heartbreak. When you go through more generic stuff, even if most people don't want to hear this, it's much easier to go through more generic stuff. It's much easier to go through a heartbreak because so many people have gone through it before. It's much easier to go through grief of someone dying. And I know that might sound like insane, like what are you talking about? Even though both of those things are like really, really breaking points and really sad and depressing and big like moments in your life, they're much, much easier to go through than going through something that isn't as common. Going through stuff that most people haven't gone through before. Although, even though I'm saying easier, I'm not saying that it isn't that as bad. Going through something and it being easier is much different than going through something and it being less bad. You can still experience the same pain, but it's just easier to go through because so many people have gone through it before. Even when you're in these situations though, the thing about feeling depression or sadness is you always feel alone. Even if there's everyone there to support you, your family, your friends, teachers, colleagues, if everyone is there to support you, you're still gonna feel alone. Because even when they're all there to support you, none of them are living your life. You're the only one living your life. So not a lot of people are gonna sit there and be sad with you and feel these emotions with you. What's really rough is when you just don't know what to do anymore. Like, I'm in a situation right now where I just can't keep going on. I can't give up, but like, I just can't keep going, you know? Like, I'm trying my best right now. I'm just so stuck. I don't know what to do. And I'd rather just feel numb and just feel nothing than have to feel like the sadness and the emotions and the stress and the overwhelming and the panic attacks. Some people really don't understand what it's like to go through stuff like this. It's funny because when you're a kid, I swear when I was a kid and stuff, they used to describe depression as like this disorder. And even though it is a disorder, it just felt so big back then. And it felt like impossible for someone like me, like someone like that little 8-year-old. Like the little 8-year-old brain never could have comprehended that when I got older, I might feel like this. A lot of little kids, you know, all of us kids never thought that we would go through like that big kid stuff, bro. That big adult stuff. Like depression was such a big word. And now that I'm going through it, it just seems so that's like all I've been hearing recently. Who do I want to be? Who am I? What have I become? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Sadness can take away a lot of things that make you you. A lot of personality traits that make you happy, make other people happy. It can take away your social, your academic, your focus. It can take away everything that means something to you. And it sucks when you just go into a different environment, you know? Like, I am experiencing a big change in my life. And with this big change, I, went into a depression. And so it's just like, I'm not adjusted to this place. I'm not adjusted to these emotions. I'm not adjusted to anything. So nothing in my life seems to be going right, you know? And it's like, because of this new environment, like, the places that I am adjusted to, the places I do know, I was so ready for those to change, you know? I was so ready for this big change that's like, I have to go back. I have to take a lot of steps back, restart, go up the mountain, and just restart. It's like I was up there. I was at the top. I reached the top. But it wasn't the top. When I was up there, it wasn't the top. I could have kept going. I looked up. There was still a lot more to climb. A lot more that I could have climbed. It was an easy climb, and then one rock fell. And I fell all the way down until the bottom of the ocean, and just started drowning. Like, all that time, I had finally learned how to swim, you know? I had finally learned how to, move in the water and swim, and I had finally gotten out of the ocean. And now, everything I had remembered, everything I had learned, everything I had prepared, I forgot how to swim. And a storm came, and the waves crashed, and I'm barely keeping my head above the water. But while doing that, I still have to do everything I was doing before, times 2. I still had to do all the stresses that were already in my life. I had to deal with them, because the negatives didn't change. Only the positives went away. Everything positive in my life left. All the negatives stayed, and all the negatives got added to. It's just really hard right now. And I'm at the point where it's not like I was at the point before where I was like, I'll do anything to be that person again, to be the person who was happy on top of the mountain, still going higher, still doing better, okay, happy, smiling, laughing, becoming their best self. I'm not at that point anymore. I wouldn't do anything to get them back. Because I don't even know anymore. I'm just so tired that I can't even, beg for my life back. I can't even sit here and, just pray that everything will be okay. I'm just so tired of being disappointed. And I know so many points of my life where I'll feel worse than this, and I'll feel better than this. It's just it's temporary. The pain I'm feeling is temporary. But when you feel a pain like this, and it starts to go longer, for a longer time, it doesn't feel so temporary anymore. it just feels like you have to start adjusting to the sadness. And you have to start realizing that you're not in control. You're not in control anymore. It's not... There's nothing you can do. But wait. Wait for the next best thing. Just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And you wait for something. Like, for example, medication. Well, if it doesn't work? What if the medication isn't right? What if I have to go back again? Okay. It's like, even though I'm waiting for these, like, deadlines, like, while being sad, I also wait for, like, something like, for example, I was waiting for, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, these clothes I'd ordered to come in, because I thought I'd feel happier if I, looked better. They came in. They were too small. And I'd waited over a week for them. Like, and the entire week I was just thinking, oh, when my clothes come, I'll feel better. Everything will be okay. They came. They were too small, and I returned them. So then I just sat there, waited for something else. For example, maybe I got these new vitamins or something. Amazon cancels the delivery. These are examples but like, those kind of things did happen. Those were just made up though. And now, this one isn't made up. Now, I'm sitting here on probably my 5th waiting point of just waiting to get an appointment at the doctor so they can just see what's wrong with me. And maybe I can get some medication or like get diagnosed. But at the same time, waiting for all these things, and it's not even like an official. It's like, I'll wait 7 days, I'll be like, I just have to get to this week and then this will happen. But it's like a 50% chance if that will even happen or not, It's like waiting for these points to happen, not knowing if they're actually even going to happen. And it's not disappointment. It makes you tired when you feel it over and over and over again. It's just like, I don't know. The words I don't know have never meant so much to me than right now. Because I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how you'll understand. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know. You can ask me any question. I don't know. I want to feel better. And it's like I've been saying, every time I feel a little bit better, that wave just comes and crashes into me of stress and anxiety, and it's just like that feeling of, I wish I would do anything to get my old self back. And then it just slowly going straight back down into nothing. And then I just stop wishing. The only wish I seem to have is, to be honest, just like to lie asleep. Go to sleep and just not wake up. Not have to wake up the next day and just take it. Just my last, I don't know. It's just really, it's really hard right now. Everything is very, very hard right now. And I'm doing my best. And it's not enough. It's really not enough. Everyone says your best is, if you're doing your best, then you're doing enough. It's not enough, man. It's not, because even that happy person I was before, they were even scared a little bit for this change. But they were prepared, so they were ready. Now, I'm not ready. I messed it all up. Cause that person I was, that person died before they could ever see the new change they had prepared for. They never got to be happy. It's like life likes to do this to me. The universe always likes to do this to me. Just, I have to feel the extremes. If I feel happy, I have to balance it out with sadness. And, like, that's not how it should be. That's not how it is for most people. It's just like, I've talked about this before, but it's just, when I'm happy, I just have that feeling in the back of my mind that's telling me I'm going to have to equal this out in the future to feel sad. And then I do feel sad. And then I feel happy. And then I feel sad. I want to be able to feel okay, you know? Just let things happen in my life to make me feel happy. Let things happen in my life to make me feel sad. I don't want to just be going through depression, you know? I don't want to just feel sad. Just be sad for no reason. I mean, yeah, there's a reason, but like, that reason was such a long time ago. Like, that was just the cause. It's not the reason for my sadness. It was just a little explosion. It's not the reason that all these, like, I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry, I make analogies all the time, but that one, I don't know. Yeah. I'm just really tired and sad and upset, anxious, stressed, scared, afraid. And mostly I can handle all these feelings, but at the same time, I'm missing out on so much. Battling myself while missing out on my social life, my friends, my family, my like reputation, my everything, my looks, my personality. Like, I'm missing out on it all. And it's like, after the storm passes, who's gonna have to pick it up but me? I'm gonna have to pick up all the pieces one by one, slowly, so it's just a big waiting game. A waiting game that I was done playing, because I had already played it before. What makes it worse is that when you have depression, people are just giving you all this advice on how to feel better and stuff, but it's like, what about the life I'm supposed to be living right now? I'm missing out on literally everything. Like, what if I was happy? Here's all the stuff that I would be working on right now. You know? Like, I'm wasting my time. Is just like, I'm never gonna get this back. Like, this was the worst timing ever to have to go through something like this. Like, maybe I could have gone through it in like the middle, but this was one of the biggest changes in my life right now, and I'm never gonna get it back. I messed it up, and there's nothing I can do about it now. So even if, and people are telling me that my brain is just lying to me, that the chemicals in my brain while going through depression, it lies to you. It likes to show you the world in a lens that's just black and white. And maybe that's the case, but that's how I feel right now, and I don't want to feel like that anymore. So I don't know. But sorry, one second. But yeah, that's all I have for now. Bye.